Hello everyone, my name is Talitha and my student ID number is 2507020284. Here, I'm going to read the news about the current situation in Indonesia, and the source of this news is from www.theguardian.com. So, the title is Indonesia Protests Explained. Why did they start and how has the government responded? Anger at parks while politicians spill over into wider protests after the death of a 21-year-old delivery driver in Jakarta. Tuesday to September 2025. At least 7 people have died, hundreds have been injured, and public buildings have been burned and looted after thousands of people took to the street in anti-government protests across Indonesia over the past week. The clashes between riot police and rock-throwing protesters that began in the capital and quickly spread beyond Jakarta have been seen as a major test for President Prabowo Subianto, a former general who has been in office for less than a year. What sparked the Indonesia protests? The protests began on 25 August, with thousands demonstrating outside Parliament against a housing allowance for MPs that was nearly 10 times the minimum wage in Jakarta. Prabowo has simultaneously implemented strict austerity measures, including cuts to education, health, and public works. Demonstrators were also protesting against what they termed corrupt elites within the government and policies that benefit conglomerates and the military, according to a press release from the student group Kejayaan Memanggil. The statement was an apparent reference to the growing role of the military in civilian life under Prabowo's government. The demonstration spread across the country and turned increasingly violent on Friday after the death of a 21-year-old delivery driver in Jakarta. Footage showed a team belonging to the nation's elite paramilitary police unit running him over late on Thursday as it drove an armored car through a group of protesters. What has happened since? Government buildings and police headquarters have been set ablaze by protesters around the country, with demonstrations taking place in Gorontalo City on Sulawesi Island, Bandung on the main island Java, Palembang on Sumatra Island, Banjarmasin on Borneo Island, Yogyakarta on Java, and Makassar on Sulawesi. At least 2 people were killed on Friday after a fire started by protesters at a council building in the eastern city of Makassar. A fourth died in the same city on Friday after he was beaten by a mob who mistakenly believed he was an intelligence officer. A student died in clashes between riot police and protesters in Yogyakarta on Friday, while a 60-year-old pedicab driver suffering from acute asthma was found unconscious after being exposed to a tear gas at a protest in the city of Solo and died on Sunday while being treated at a hospital. Over the weekend, Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati's house was looted, although she was not at home, and several lawmakers have reportedly had their houses ransacked. Authorities say they have detained more than 1,240 rioters after 5 days of protests in Jakarta, while according to the city's governor, Pramono Anung, the damage as rioters burned buses, subways, and other infrastructure has caused loss of up to 55 billion rupiah or $3.3 million. He also cited 700 people had been injured in the protests. How has the government responded? Prabowo, who has cancelled a high-profile trip to China to attend a major military parade on Sunday, ordered the security forces to take firm action against protests. There are signs of unlawful acts, even leading to treason and terrorism, he said. To the police and the military, I have ordered them to take action as firm as possible against the destruction of public facilities, looting at homes of individuals and economic centers, according to the laws. However, he also announced that lawmakers' parks, including the contentious housing allowance, would be cut, as well as overseas trips, a rare concession to the protester. Prabowo also said the police were investigating 7 officers linked to the incident in which the delivery driver died, and that he had instructed a quick and transparent investigation in a way that the public can monitor. He said he would ensure his administration financially supported the driver's family. On Monday, he struck a defiant tone once more, announcing he would promote 40 police personnel injured during the violence. There might be police members who were wrong, but don't forget dozens of officers who sacrificed themselves, he said during a visit to a hospital treating injured police. What has the rest of the world said about the protests? The United Nations on Monday called for an investigation into the alleged use of disproportionate force at the protests, while Human Rights Watch accused the Indonesian authorities of having acted irresponsibly by treating the protests as acts of treason or terrorism. The rights group's Asia director, Meenakshi Ganguly, said the response was especially concerning, given the security forces' long history of using unnecessary and excessive force against demonstrators. Foreign embassies and consulates, including the US, Australia, France, Canada, and other Southeast Asian countries, have issued travel warnings and advised their citizens in Indonesia to avoid demonstration areas or large public gatherings. So that's all, and thank you.